My dear children, did you know the story you're about to hear is real? It's from the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and based on a true hadith. If you love stories that teach you kindness, courage, and faith, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep sharing more just for you. So now let's all sit back and watch a tale from our beloved prophet. Harper Lewis always felt invisible, not in the superpower cool movie kind of way, just regular invisible. She wasn't the loudest girl in class. She wasn't the one with perfect hair or fancy clothes. She wasn't great at sports or amazing at art. She was just there. At least that's how it felt most days. When she walked down the hallway, it seemed like people looked right past her. When the teacher asked a question, Harper always knew the answer, but her voice never seemed loud enough to be heard. The popular kids, they had no clue who she even was. Sometimes Harper would stare at her reflection in the bathroom mirror and wonder, why don't I stand out? What's wrong with me? It didn't help that social media made everything worse. Picture after picture of smiling, confident, cool kids filled her phone screen. Perfect outfits, big friend groups, funny captions. She scrolled and scrolled, feeling smaller by the second. At night, when the house was quiet and the world finally slowed down, Harper would lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, the questions swirling in her mind. Why can't I be like them? Why can't people notice me? But there was something else her mom always told her, something that stuck with her even on the hard days. Sweetheart, her mom would say, Allah doesn't care how fancy your clothes are or how many likes you get. He cares about your heart, your kindness, your good deeds. That's the light that really matters. Harper wanted to believe that. Really, she did. But sometimes it was hard. Then came the day everything quietly started to change. It was a rainy Monday, the kind where the sky feels heavy and everyone's in a bad mood. In the cafeteria, kids rushed to grab seats with their friends. Harper sat alone at the edge of a table, picking at her sandwich. That's when she saw him. A little first grader standing by the lunch line, holding his tray, eyes wide and unsure. His backpack was half open, his shoelaces untied, and his lunch was teetering dangerously on the edge of the tray. No one noticed him. Just like no one noticed Harper most days. She got up, walked over quietly, and steadied his tray before it all went crashing to the floor. "Hey, you okay?" she asked gently. The boy blinked up at her. I can't find a seat." Harper smiled. "Come sit with me." It wasn't a big moment. No one clapped or posted it online. But something small happened inside her chest, a quiet warmth. That was the first little flicker of it, the light you can't see. After that, it kept happening. Harper helped Mrs. Rivera carry books back to the library when no one else offered. She picked up a pencil case that spilled in the hallway and returned it to its owner. She held the door open when kids' hands were full. Small things, quiet things. And slowly, people noticed. Not the way Harper once dreamed of, not with popularity or flashy attention, but in real, simple ways. Mrs. Rivera always smiled at her now. The first grader, whose name was Max, waved at her every morning. Even some of the other kids, the ones who never spoke to her before, started saying hi in the halls. But it wasn't until the end-of-year assembly that Harper truly understood. The principal stood on stage, handing out awards. Best athlete, top reader, art champion, all the usual stuff. Harper clapped along, proud of the winners, but knowing, like always, her name wouldn't be called. Then the principal smiled. "We have one more," she announced. "This award isn't about grades or trophies. It's about character, about quiet kindness. It goes to someone who shows us what it means to have a beautiful heart." The room buzzed. Harper leaned back in her chair, expecting it to be someone else. "And this year," the principal continued, "it goes to Harper Lewis." Harper's eyes widened. Her heart skipped. Kids turned to look at her, clapping, some even smiling her way. It wasn't about being cool. It wasn't about popularity. It was something else. The light you can't see. After the assembly, Harper's mom hugged her tight. "See, I told you. Allah looks at your heart, your deeds. That's what matters most." Harper believed it now, not because of the award, but because of how she felt inside. It wasn't the clothes or followers or perfect hair that made her shine. It was her quiet choices, the small acts of care, the way she treated people when no one was watching. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reminded us, "Verily, Allah does not look at your appearance or wealth, but at your heart and deeds." Harper still had shy days. She still wasn't the loudest or most popular, but that invisible feeling, it started to fade because real light, the kind that matters, isn't always flashy. You can't always see it, but it's there. And sooner or later, people feel it. And most importantly, Allah sees it. Always. Moral of the story: true beauty isn't about how you look on the outside, it's about the kindness in your heart and the good you quietly do. That's the light that shines the brightest, even if no one else sees it. Like and subscribe to keep learning and growing with us.